I could sort of, I reflect on my life and who I was when I was about your father's age. I sort of know how it feels to be sort of, I suppose, against the odds, in society. You know what I mean? Being Muslim, being Aboriginal, not something to Middle Eastern or Islanders, same mould, You don't feel welcome in society, you know what I mean? So a lot of people can rebel from that. A lot of people have different broken homes, problems, this, that and the other. My background, I've always had a dream since I was young, I was very young, wanted to be the best football player I can be, and I wanted to be a champion boxer. I thought when you're a kid you have dreams, you know what I mean? And they ask people what you want to be, I wanted to be a champion football player and a champion boxer. And it didn't really hit me until I was about 14, 15 that a lot of my cousins and friends take drugs or stole cars or did this, did that. I went to school at Kennedy Boys first, then I went to school at Cleveland Street. A lot of the majority of the Aboriginal sort of school was. And a lot of boys were getting up to mischief, you know what I mean? So life's about choices, you know what I mean? I chose from a very young age that I wasn't going to drink, I wasn't going to smoke, and I wasn't going to do drugs. And that was the three most important things I feel that my dad gave to me. Was no drinking, no drugs, and no smoking. And that really inspired me to achieve it in my sport. I played probably 150 games first grade for St. George and Brisbane Broncos. Played in 3 grand finals. Played for State of Origin. I won in the Bronx.
They're the Broncos.
Yeah, the Super League days. And I wouldn't have been able to achieve that if I made the bad choices in life. You know what I mean? Everybody can do good, no matter what. Like, everyone's got a talent at something, Maybe you have a talent at sport, maybe you have a talent at art, maybe you have a talent at music. But something, everyone's got a talent at. So I want you to try and harness that talent and make the right choices, in life. Because no one can do it for you but yourself. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You can't keep being a follower and going down bad roads and making bad choices. You got to be a leader, not of anyone, of the community or whatever, but be a leader of yourself. First of all, you got to be a leader of yourself and see what's good, what's best for you. You know what I mean? Because we have too many kids like your fellows making the wrong choices, end up in jail. Some of them end up dead. You know what I mean? And that road you don't want to go down. Because you have a sister, you have a brother, you have a cousin that maybe look up to you, maybe younger than you. Everyone's got a role, and everyone's got to really look at their situation and look at who looks up to them. Because there's always somebody that's watching your shadow. You know what I mean? And it might be a lot of people, might be a little bit of people, but you're going to have an effect on somebody. Everyone has an effect on somebody, and I try to use my success and my celebrity to try and entice you guys to make the right choice in life. You know what I mean? Because we already know that we're against the grain as far as Australia's the biggest picture. Because I feel Australia's racist as far as the country. You know what I mean? As far as the government and the way everything's set up, we feel like we're inferior. We're below anybody else. That's why I talk the way I talk. That's why I talk confidence. That's why I talk brash, because I want that to represent my people, to represent my religion. And there's a lot of Muslims here, so you fellas should know. You've got to fear God first and foremost, because at the end of the day, God knows everything and watching you every move. And I'm a God-fearing guy, and at the end of the day, it's His destiny. But I try to do the best I can do to make my destiny what I can make it be. So not everybody, I know, look around the faces here, it's like, can't spot the Aussie. It's you gotta do that. But we have some bugs like that too that are misfortunate, you know what I mean? And against the grain, and in the same boat, the same ship as you guys. So I mean, you gotta know what you want to do. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you this, that. I want to be a successful football player. I want to be a champion boxer. I've achieved both, but I want more out of boxing now. I want more. I want to become the best boxer, the greatest boxer Australia's ever seen. That's my goal. You know what I mean? You got to think about what's your goal. Whether it's in whatever it could be anything: sport, music, art, just in community, make a difference in the community. You know what I mean? I know it's going to be hard, and it's going to have to overcome obstacle after obstacle. You know what I mean? But the mind is the most powerful tool, and anything is possible. Anything is possible, no matter what. So I mean, you had an age that's very, it's very important, because the choices that you make at this age that's going to make your future blossom. You know what I mean? So you got to think about what you guys want to do, what you guys want to achieve out of life, and where you want to be in 10 years. You know? Because believe me, time flies like that, man. I'm telling you. I remember when I played my first footy game, I was on 18. Now it seems like yesterday, but that was over 15, 20 years ago. You know what I mean? So think about what you want to do, and try to make yourself happy and make the right choice. You know, everyone knows right from wrong, but no one can. You know, you either be a follower or you be a leader. And I'm not saying leader of people, but just leader of yourself. And make the right choice for your future. You know what I mean? So I just want to say thanks for letting me speak to you guys today, but it's very important. It's very important. You know, about drugs, and especially drugs, it's killing the community up in alcohol. You know what I mean? So it's very important that you make the right choices and, you know, try and imprint your future from now. Because it's not gonna come easy. You know what I mean? Like I said, everyone, we're always against it, man. Always against it. You fight every day. You fight every day for equality, you know. You might get arrested by the police, you might do this or that. But it's part of being who you are, man. It's part of fighting the grain, you know. So think about what I said, man, and hopefully you guys, you're old enough and wise enough to know what's best for you guys, for yourself. So hopefully I'll see you in the future, and you're doing good for yourself. So think about that, and also I want to thank workers here that give their time, voluntary time to help you guys out. I think that they guys did a big rap because.
Yeah, please emphasise that point to them.
Yeah.
You're listening? Anything happens, we've got Mundine now.
So I'm just saying, don't take it for granted, you know what I mean? All these
They're here to help you.
Yeah, they're here to help you. And they're here to try and make a better future for you guys. And they know it's tough, you know what I mean? But they're giving up their own time and their own heart to put you guys on where you should be on the straight and narrow. Maybe you guys don't have partners, maybe you guys ain't got a mentor, but these guys should be your mentors. They're good people. So anyone got any questions? Anyone want to do a few rounds? Yeah, so I'm pretty waiting.
When are you going to pump Grant again?
I know, it's hard because I want to fight Grant again, but he's fighting in the heavy division, like cruiserweight at the moment. I'm fighting at middleweight, junior middleweight, so I'm pretty low, so it's like five divisions different, so it's like 10 kilos, 12 kilos different. So at this stage, I'm not looking at him. I want to try and fight like the likes of Mayweather, the best at that weight, lower weight at the moment, so see what I can do.
Don't be shy. First time they've all been quiet. Wow.
You have different that one?
Yeah.
What's that song you sang with Joe Turner?
Nothing. Nothing got son?
Do it now. Do it now.
I can't think. How to start off?
I can't remember. It was a while ago.
It's the man, but
Oh, there you go. He's a fan.
Yeah, now I think music's good athlete. I've dabbled in it, you know what I mean? So, it's good. to tell your story, tell what you're feeling. You know, so I think it's good to get into and to like it.
I've got a question for you for the young boys around here. What's your advice to resist temptation and to do things that they're going to regret doing?
Well, yeah. Well, I think for that. Everyone's not going to be strong-willed. I'm very strong-willed. You know what I mean? And I'll give you a scenario. One time, I was about 14, 15, years old age. All my mates, all my boys were smoking around, having a children, you know, on the boat. And you passing on, you know, it's coming to me that my turn. You know what I mean? And I sort of froze. Like, should I do it to keep them happy, or should I, you know what I mean? And I thought about it for a split second, but it felt like an eternity, you know? Then I said, nah, I'll pass, boys, you know what I mean? I'll pass. I want to go. So I left the house, and I walked up the street on Waterloo, and I just started like bursting out crying to myself, you know? I was just really proud of myself that I said no, you know? And I knew at that moment that I was going to be somebody. That's how strong-willed and strong-minded I was. And so I think the answer to that question is you got to find it in yourself. You know, you got to find that will and that strength to say no within yourself. And everyone's got it. You just can't let it be persuaded the other way. Because, like I said, it's about choices, and you got to make the right choice, man.
You're a big advantage to say no.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you'll be like, you have to follow. Everyone can say yes, everyone can, you know, it's cool to do this or cool to do that, but at the end of the day, it's going to put you in one scenario, and that's a bad one. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, things can be against you in life, but you got to make that. I use things against me in life motivation. Motivation to get more out of myself. That's why I do it. But obviously, you got to find a way that suits your personality, suits your persona. I reckon in the morning, have a good hard look at yourself in the mirror. I mean that, you know, that pose and that, but have a good hard look at yourself and try to look through yourself and think about who you are, where you're going. You know what I mean? I don't think we do that enough. I make sure every morning I look at myself. You know, who am I? Where am I going? What do I want? How bad do I want it? And I go out that day and I work for it. So I use that. I'm giving up all my tips now, but yeah. So I mean, it's important. It's very important, especially as you guys are saying.
Anthony, growing up, I'm sure you experienced some discrimination with police being a young Aboriginal boy in Sydney. So as you can imagine, a lot of our kids here, especially the Middle Eastern young boys, I've seen it myself, all the workers have seen it. I'm not saying they're all angels, but there are a lot of police out there who seem to give them grief for no reason.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
what kind of advice would you give for them? Because they're always trying to tell the kids, just try and keep calm, be respectful to them, but obviously it's easier said than done. How did you handle that?
We used to get harassed by police all the time, because I went to school in Redfern, and a lot of my family, you know, grew up around Waterloo and Redfern. So anytime you had 3 or 4, you know, Aborigines walking around, they want to put it over. We actually got guns put on us a couple of times by coppers. But you just got to know their mentality. You know what I mean? You just got to know their mentality. The way I deal with it when I was younger, I killed them with kindness. You know what I mean? I'd be always kind to them. Yes, sir, no problem, sir. You know, sometimes I thought it was in a smart ass way, but I was being kind, you know. And at the end of the day, you are going to get harassed. You are going to get, you know, in certain scenarios that you don't want to be, you know what I mean? But it takes, you got to know, you got to know your rights. You got to know your rights. That's very important. Know your rights as a human being, and be tell them with kindness. You know what I mean? Like you don't do things, you know, like jump like a dog or something, but you know, you just kill them with kindness and be on the merry way. And that's the best way to deal with it. Because if you get frantic and just keep on picking on you until you bust the fuse, then they got you. You know what I mean? So think about that.
Right, Anthony, What's your advice for the boys here that have tensions between the different cultures in Bankstown?
At the moment, we've got some tension between the African and the Lebanese kids in the area. Yeah, so
It has taken seasons.
yeah, to get our moment.
But the thing is, man, we're all in the same boat. Africans, Middle Eastern, Islanders, Aborigines, all in the same boat, you know what I mean? We're looked at down upon, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, you should rally together. You should look at each other as, as brothers, you know what I mean? As crazy as it sounds, because, I mean, the people that run the country, the people that are in power, that are doing it, they're looking at you in the same way, you know what I mean? So, you gotta rally together and understand what's happening in the bigger part of the world, you know?
So we all step.
Yeah. You will, of course, I mean, all different cultures, we're all here on Australia. There's only one, obviously there's only one traditional owner, but as far as the bigger picture and the people that run the country, governments and people in power, look at you, inferior, you know what I mean? So, I'm saying to the brothers, they've got to understand that. You're in the same ship, the same boat, together. So you should fight together, rather than fight with each other.
Does anyone have any more questions?
Any questions?
Well, anything.
I know you asked me what questions I didn't tell me.
How much do you get a fly?
Okay.
It's good, I mean, for me, because my dad was a fighter, you know, and I built a name on football when I was playing footy. And then to switch from one code at the top of my game, which I was getting paid good money, like $600,000 a year in St. George. Switch and quit, just leave it and just go to boxing and think that I was on a major. That was big. So a lot of interest, you know what I mean? And obviously my style is like, I suppose it's exciting to watch. So people like to watch it. People like to watch it and people like to, you get buried, like I wouldn't get, when I first getting around, that was my biggest payday. And then when I fight bigger names, better money, you know? So it fluctuates.
Abdul, question?
When did you become a Muslim?
Came to Muslim probably 97, 98. 97, 98, I had a couple of Muslim brothers, and I had a lot of questions about Christianity, you know, for myself. That couldn't be answered, so I started reading about Malcolm X autobiography. I read Malcolm X autobiography, and I got more interested in Islam as I become more interested and delved deeper and found the fundamentals of Islam. I started to get to know it and get to know it more and more. I took my head up not long after that. Yeah, I mean, because all is portrayed from an Islamic point of view is negativity, you know, on the TV, on the radio. So stereotype people think Islam is evil, basically, but and they don't understand it. And so the people that didn't understand it definitely didn't treat it different, but just was disappointed. But as they got to understand and know and educate them a little bit, then they were alright. Nah. I'll be fight coming up on the 8th of December versus the